Hello everyone, my name is Amol More and welcome to our channel Solutions by Amol More. So today we are going to learn shortest distance between skew lines. Now before learning shortest distance, we need to learn what are skew lines. Now it is very difficult to understand that what are skew lines because in our childhood days we are taught non-intersecting lines are parallel lines. That's what we are taught, are parallel lines, right? But this sentence is half knowledge. Non-intersecting lines are not always parallel lines. If you say non-intersecting lines in a plane, then they are parallel lines. If both the lines, suppose you are taking L1 and L2 and they are lying in the same plane, right, like this, and they are intersecting each other, then they are not parallel. But if they are lying in the same plane and they are not intersecting each other, then they are parallel lines. But generally we only focus on non-intersecting lines. That is half knowledge. We have to consider in a plane also, then you call them as parallel lines. Exactly this half knowledge hinders us from understanding what are skew lines, because the definition of skew lines breaks the goddamn knowledge that we had since our childhood, that non-intersecting lines are parallel lines. So let me correct that first. Non-intersecting lines which are lying in the same plane are parallel lines. Then what are skew lines? Skew lines are non-intersecting and non-parallel lines, right? See the magic. Non-intersecting and non-parallel lines are called as skew lines, right? Okay, so these two lines are non-intersecting also and non-parallel also. So how does these two lines look like? Let me give you an example. Suppose you have a triangular subway like this. Imagine this a triangular subway. Okay. So you are entering from here and exiting from here. There is this dash dash dash. Now you can understand this, right? Okay. Now over here there are different faces of the triangular subway. Now let me draw a line over here. This is my line 1. Okay. And I have another line 2 like over here. Okay, this is my line 2. Now you can see by eyes that these two lines are not parallel. And also you can see that these two lines will never intersect each other. Imagine this is a subway or a tent. Okay, and on this plane this line will extend on both sides but on the face of the tent, right? And this will be on this particular plane of the tent. So if you imagine this in 3D, you will be able to understand that these two lines will never be able to actually intersect each other. Let me give you one more example for the same. Suppose you have a cube like this, something like this, and on this face you have a line like this, line 1 on face ABCD. Okay, and on face PQRS you have another line which is something like this. This is line 1 and this is line 2. Now you can imagine this, that these two lines are totally not parallel to each other. See, the directions are opposite and these two lines are totally not intersecting each other. So these two lines are called as skew lines. So you can see that these two lines are in different planes altogether, and even these two lines are in different planes altogether. Okay, so non-intersecting and non-parallel lines are called as skew lines. Now suppose if you have two lines in space like this. Okay, this is your one line. Okay, and this is your other line. So you can imagine this, right? Now these two lines you have to imagine in 3D. Suppose if you imagine this line 2 beneath your feet on the floor, And suppose if you imagine this line 1 above your head on some another plane. So let me draw that plane to be very precise. Suppose this is the plane, okay, and this is the plane for this particular line. So basically these two lines are not intersecting each other and they are not also parallel to each other, right? So for easier diagram, we need to understand the equation of a line. Now the first equation of a line, you can say r bar is equal to a1 bar plus lambda b1 bar. What does that mean? That means you have a point A on the line which has a position vector a1 bar, and this line is parallel to a vector b1 bar, right? And you have a point a2 bar plus lambda b2 bar. We'll have to call that as mu because it is a different line. This line 2 has another point B, let us say, which is having a position vector a2 bar, right? And this is parallel to b2 bar. Okay. Now, how to find out the shortest distance between the two lines? As you can feel, these lines seem to be coming closer to each other, but they are never going to intersect. But at certain point, they will be having a, what do you call that? They will be having a shortest distance, right? So, how to feel that shortest distance? So, first of all, let me redraw the lines so that you can feel that in a better way. Okay, so over here, suppose this is your point A, A1 bar, and this is your point B, B1 bar, B2 bar, and sorry, A2 bar, because B is called as A2 bar, and this line 1 and this line 2. Line 1 is parallel to B1 bar, line 2 is parallel to B2 bar. Now, as we have studied in application of derivatives also and in many of the questions, that if you have to find out the shortest distance between any two curves or any two lines, what you need to do is you have to draw a common normal. So let me draw a common normal. This is my common normal. So what does that mean actually? The shortest distance between any two geometrical figures or any two geometrical curves always lies along the common normal. Now what does common normal mean? Common normal means this line will be perpendicular to line 1 also, and this will be perpendicular to line 2 also. You have to imagine this in 3D in order to understand this particular thing, right? Okay, now if you imagine this carefully enough, this particular line which I have drawn will be nothing but perpendicular to L1 also, perpendicular to L2 also, but L1 and B1 bar have the same directions and L2 and B2 bar have the same directions. So this particular blue line is actually perpendicular to B1 bar also and B2 bar also. So this blue line is actually B1 bar cross B2 bar, which is the actual definition of B1 bar cross B2 bar. B1 cross B2 bar will be a vector which is perpendicular to B1 bar also, B2 bar also, and in turn it will be perpendicular to line 1 also, line 2 also, right? Now if you have to join this A, B, okay, something like this, okay, and suppose if you are putting a light source over here, so what will actually happen? This light will fall on AB and its shadow will be produced on this B1 cross B2. So the shadow that will produce on B1 cross B2 will actually be equal to PQ. Now PQ is the distance between the two lines and PQ lies on the common normal. So PQ actually becomes the shortest distance. PQ actually becomes the shortest distance, right? But PQ is formed by the projection of AB on B1 bar cross B2 bar. That means PQ, which is my shortest distance, is actually projection of AB bar on B1 bar cross B2 bar. And we know the formula for projection already, right? What is the formula for projection? First vector whose projection you want into b1 bar cross b2 bar upon the magnitude of the second vector. So when you find out the projection of 1 on 2, you do this 1 bar dot 2 bar upon magnitude of 2 bar, which we have in detailed studied. So AB bar is what? By projection position vectors, we can say AB bar is A2 bar minus A1 bar. So AB bar is equal to A2 bar minus A1 bar dot B1 bar cross B2 bar upon B1 bar, magnitude of B1 bar cross B2 bar. As this is a distance, it has to be always positive. So I will apply a double mod over here, so that the whole distance is positive, because this is a scalar triple product, and a scalar triple product can come out to be negative, and that won't help us because PQ is the distance. Hence I have put another mod over here to make it positive. So the key concept over here was, if I put a light source over here, then this light will fall on AB and its shadow will be produced over here on B1 cross B2, which will be nothing but PQ. Hence PQ is the shortest distance, but PQ is actually the projection of AB bar on what? On B1 bar cross B2 bar, which is nothing but this. And projection of 1 bar on 2 bar is 1 bar dot 2 bar upon magnitude of 2 bar. So we have actually found out the vector formula for perpendicular distance between two lines, which is A2 bar minus A1 bar dot B1 bar cross B2 bar. Right? Everybody understood? Now, this is the vector formula. Cartesian formula for shortest distance. Cartesian formula for shortest distance. How to find out that? So let me do that also. It's very easy. My first line would be x minus x1 upon a1, y minus y1 upon b1, z minus z1 upon c1, which is equal to lambda. Over here your a1 bar is actually equal to x1 I cap, y1 j cap, z1 k cap, and your b bar is actually equal to a1 I cap plus b1 j cap plus c1 k cap. Okay. And similarly you can write down the equation for second line, x minus x2 by a2, y minus y2 by b2, z minus z2 by c2, which is equal to mu. So your a2 bar is actually equal to x2 I cap plus y2 j cap plus z2 k cap, and your b2 bar is actually equal to a2 I cap plus b2 j cap plus c2 k cap. Now if you observe carefully, our formula for shortest distance, which was PQ, was nothing but what? It was nothing but a2 bar minus a1 bar dot b1 bar cross b2 bar upon magnitude of b1 bar cross b2 bar and the mod of total. But if you observe carefully, the inside is a scalar triple product. So I can write that down as a2 bar minus a1 bar, b1 bar and b2 bar. This is a scalar triple product or a box product, and magnitude of b1 bar cross b2 bar, something like this. Now all I need to find out is the scalar triple product. So first I will find out that a2 bar minus a1 bar, b1 bar and b2 bar. It's very easy to find that out. A2 bar minus a1 bar is the first row, and you have a2 bar as x2, y2, z2, a1 bar as x1, y1, z1. This subtraction is pretty simple. x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1, and you have b1 bar as a1, b1, c1. So it will be a1, b1, c1, and you have b2 bar as a2, b2, c2. So very easy. So your numerator is ready. Now we have to find out the denominator. Denominator calculation is also very simple. b1 bar cross b2 bar would be equal to I, j, k. b1 has a1, b1, c1 as its direction ratios, and a2, b2, c2 as its direction ratios. If you solve this out, it will be b1 c2 minus c1 b2 minus j cap a1 c2 minus c1 a2 plus k cap, it will be a1 b2 minus b1 a2. That is your b1 bar cross b2 bar. But if you need b1 bar cross b2 bar magnitude, it will be under root the square of the coefficients, which is b1 c2 minus c1 b2 the whole square. This minus won't matter as we are taking the square. So it will be a1 c2 minus c1 a2 the whole square plus a1 b2 minus b1 a2 the whole square, right? And then you write down the formula for PQ, which is very simple. A2 bar minus a1 bar dot b1 bar cross b2 bar upon magnitude of b1 cross b2. So let me write that down. So numerator was x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1, a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2, and the denominator was the square root of b1 c2 minus c1 b2 the whole square plus a1 c2 minus c1 a2 the whole square plus a1 b2 minus b1 a2 the whole square, right? And then the mod. So you will say that, sir, have you rectified the formula? So beta, I have definitely not. I will tell you how did I write down the denominator, because numerator was easy. a2 minus a1 is x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. b1 bar is a1 b1 c1 and b2 bar is a2 b2 c2. Now if you calculate the determinant for this two rows, see b1 c2 c1 b2, b1 c2 minus c1 b2 the whole square, then a1 c2 minus c1 a2, a1 c2 minus c1 a2 the whole square, then a1 b2 minus b1 a2, a1 b2 minus b1 a2 the whole square, which was actually our b1 cross b2 ka magnitude. And that way you have calculated the Cartesian formula for the shortest distance also, and we had calculated the vector formula for the shortest distance also. I will be uploading one more video for the shortest distance calculation with exact sums, so that you know how to use this shortest distance formula in the vector form and also in the Cartesian form. I hope you have understood and enjoyed this derivation to the fullest. Okay, so I'll be uploading more videos on this in order to make you understand how to use these formulas for shortest distance between skew lines. Also, I'll be uploading the shortest distance between parallel lines very soon. So keep watching out guys. तो आज के लिए इस वीडियो में बस इतना ही. This is your friend Amol More saying bye bye to you.